In fact, I was the one who made the connection for him. He went and saw God's servant. And God's servant just laid hands on him, go and prosper. As he left there, in 4 hours, he got 15 million. I'm not saying 1 month, 4 hours. People just woke up from different places and started sending money to him. In 4 hours, 15 million. This is somebody who have not seen 4 million in a long time. 50 million. Because a giant spoke and the weight his words command, they are heavy. Somebody came to Pastor E. Adeboye and said, sir, business is not working. I'm struggling. Oh. And Pastor Adeboye looked at him and says, well, go now. Your doors are open. No prayer. Go now. Your doors are open. And the person went out. And his friend told him to follow him to see somebody. When they went, he now realized he knew the person. And the man said, well, how are you doing? We were talking and we stopped talking. He said he lost his number. And he said you should see him next week. The guy came back. And the man told him, what do you do? He said, I'm into properties. Really? I have some properties here. I want to sell them. Properties worth billions. The man told him, if you can sell it for 200 million or so, that's fine. This property is worth over 3 billion. 200 and something million. Sell. He thought it was a joke. He came back the next day. They gave him the whole papers. Say, go with them. Go with them. Anytime you say, bring it. He now went to Daddy Adeboye to testify. He now said, it's just 2 weeks. So see what God has done. Daddy Adeboye just smiled and said, give one of the house as tithe to insure you. The man said, give one of the house. Why? I've not even sold it. Daddy Adeboye said, sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sorry. You can go. The guy left. When he saw the man in 2 days' time, the man called him and said, how did you come to take papers from my house? He said, you gave me the papers and told me to sell it for 200. What? Whatever you used on me, if you don't return those papers in 24 hours, you'll be arrested. I'm not telling you, this is not fairy tale. If you don't return those papers, you will be arrested. What did you use on me? What? When men speak, it carries weight. Now that's when you will now know that favor is like a spear. When a king looks at you and says, I will give you up to half of my kingdom, he doesn't know what he's saying. When you come and the people who kept you in captivity for 400 years suddenly start giving you their gold. He said God gave favor to the Israelites. They spoiled the Egyptians. It's not luck. It's not coincidence. Favor is stronger than a spear. And there are people, when they speak, they emit favor. Some emit wisdom. Some emit power. This is not to make you worship anybody. No, I'm just telling you the realms we can grow into. And it's not the will of God for some of us to be there, for all of us to grow into those realms. That you can practice faith until when you talk, it's like God has spoken. A man may be down for 100 years, for 40 years, for 10 years. You can look at him and say, it's well with you. And in less than 48 hours, his story can turn around. It will be so drastic that even him himself will be shocked that God can walk through a man in that order. This is the calling we have been invited to. And so when you understand this, you begin to put to work. And so while you pray the prayer of faith, be specific. Don't box the wind. Address and go to the... And when you are addressing this mountain, don't let your attention go to the fact. Focus on the reality. Somebody can come to you, his legs will be rotting. But Jesus said, lay hands on the sick. He didn't say lay hands on headache. He said lay hands on the sick. One may have headache, another will have cancer of the face. It doesn't matter. He said what? Lay hands on the sick. If you don't know how to face the reality and you look at the fact, you will be bold to lay hands on the person who has headache. But the one who has cancer of the eye, you will be intimidated. Because you are seeing facts, not reality. Whether it is cancer whether it is pain, whether it is death, he say what? Lay hands. Your job is just to come in simple and obedient fashion. Lay hands and go away. He is the one who says to lay hands. And so as you are laying hands, you will see in your faithfulness, the result will be increasing. The result will be increasing. So get the problem, be specific, face the reality and not the fact. Present your evidence, which is the word of God, and then don't doubt in your heart. Don't doubt in your heart. Don't doubt in your heart. And finally, pray. Anybody who operates in faith, pray. You can't claim that you are a faith man or you are operating in faith and you don't pray. The Bible said in Mark 11:24, it said, whatsoever you desire when you pray. That means faith works when you pray. If you don't pray, faith will not walk. In James chapter 5 verse 16 to 17, it said, is anyone sick among you? Let him go to the elders. It said the prayer of faith. The prayer of faith. Because faith what? Prays. Many people say they are people of faith, but they never pray. They come with dead letters, quoting it with very lofty English and have no results. If you want your faith to be alive, then your faith must be garnished with prayer. If you do these 5 things and do it progressively, you will see that you will not just walk in